Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
Eric.
Yeah, today is the 2nd of January 2022, and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today our topic is it's a thought experiment. Given that you have to choose one from the two options below, which would you choose? Why? Option 1. You wake up and find that nobody recognizes you, but you know them all as usual. Option 2. You wake up and find that you don't recognize anyone, but everyone knows you as well. Right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, for this one, I think for me, I would choose actually it's the option 1, which nobody knows me, um, but I know every of them. Yeah, for the two options, I look into a few aspects, and basically they are, for example, work, family, friends, love. These are the few aspects that I'm looking into. And for option ones, I think for works here, maybe I need to find a new one because they don't recognize me. And before this, I would like to maybe to add in one premise. Yeah, because I found that there will be um, something which is seems like illogical if we say maybe it's like suddenly one day people don't know you. So how about the things uh, something that you did in the past and then people must have some memory, right? So for here, I think we can assume that this is just a situation like the selective amnesia, yeah, which is mean in Chinese 选择性失忆. So the other people selectively forget all about things, forget all the things related to you. So we don't have to worry about other people couldn't find couldn't accept or couldn't find the logic here. So everything we assume that it can be perfectly uh, perfectly happen. Yep. So for here, just now I continue to my option 1, which nobody know me, but I know every of them as usual. For here, and about the work, I think I need to find a new job because they don't know about me. So it is something like start over again, and then uh, to look for a job, and then maybe you have to go to you have to you have to go over interviews or what. Yep, and the reason that I choose option one over option 2 here is that in option 1 actually many of the things we actually has the knowledge about what is it. Yeah, even though it could be a little bit different, but at least we have some understanding. So for work here, it is something like you actually know uh, what is uh, what is the job you are doing, and then what you need to do in this particular position, and also maybe you know the company's culture, you know the colleagues. Yeah, you have because you have the memory, but just other people don't remember. So in this case, I think for job here, you can choose. I can choose whether to go back to apply for a job in this company, or I can just go for another company. And it seems like the choice is on me, and then I can choose whether to go back, even though that I may not be able I may not successfully go back to the company to the previous company because they may not know me. Maybe this time I couldn't pass uh, the the job interview. Yep, and then this is the first part, and then for yeah, I'm thinking whether to talk about also option two. Yeah, I think this is better. So in option two, the work here, because we know nobody. So in this case, the company still want you. Uh, Firstly, they still want you to work because it seems like you are still in their company's kind of like the name book. Yeah, you're still one of the employee, but for you, you have no memory. You totally uh, don't know where you are working and then why you are here, something like that. So in that case, I think maybe at that time it's also a choice for you uh, whether to take the job. Yeah, the job is already for you. So in this case, the work here um, it has got a little bit different, but it doesn't mean that it will be easy because even though the work is already for you, but because you have lost your memory about the knowledge of other people, so maybe you don't know your colleagues, you don't know your boss, you don't know everyone, maybe your your previous clients, all of them you already forgot, you have no idea. So but compared with option one, I think option two at work here, yeah, maybe you can still retain the job more easily, but it doesn't mean that in your job you will be easy. Yep. So go to the second part, the second aspect, which is family. So in option one, nobody knows me, including my family members. They also don't know who am I. So in this case, I think the family here, I will become kind of like no family members, and then because they don't know me, I know them, and it seems like there is no use to I mean not no use. It is just like I couldn't get back the relationship with them at least in the short time, and then also maybe for my situation right now, I could end up in suddenly have to find a new place to live because they don't know me, they won't keep me in the house. Yeah, so but for here I also prefer option one than option two because in option two, the family aspect, even though the family still know me, still uh, as usual, treat me as a family members. But for me, I feel just I don't know them. Yeah, this is in option two. And if you don't know if you don't know your family members and then you live with them together, I think this is something like you have a family, but you actually feel so alone in your mind because you have no idea who they are, and then maybe you won't have the relationship, I mean, the accumulated relationship with them in the past. So to me here, maybe they can give you some support, but other than that, uh, I think they are not your family members anymore. Yep. So also one important point that I choose option one is that I have no idea, I have no memory of them. So it seems like in my mind, I totally lose my family. Yeah, I couldn't remember who my families are. And in option one, I can remember who are them. And even though they don't know me, but it seems like in my mind, I have this memory. Uh, yeah, this is a good memory. Yep. So go to the next aspect, which is the friends. Yeah, in option one, friends, I still have friends, but none of them know me. Now, none of them recognize me. So in that case, I think this is also something good because again, I I can I can have the chance to be friend with those who were my friend previously. So it seems like let's say previously, let's say I have 10 friends, and then after this incident, none of them know me, so I can have the chance to kind of like uh, approach them. I can choose who to approach. Yeah. So and then even though also not 100% I can be friend with them, but I think if I lose maybe a few of them, I don't think it is a a big thing. So I can accept, and also because of the previous knowledge, I know who I want to make friends with, so I won't waste too much time. Yeah, so this is the friend aspect in option one. And go back to option two. Option two here, I know none of them. And in this situation, my friends still, firstly, they still treated me as friend, but I don't know them at all. So in this case, I think um, it is not the situation that I want, which is like uh, maybe one day you go out and then some other guys comes to you and say they are your friend, and they uh, want to maybe hang out with you, and then maybe you tell them the truth that you forgot everything, and some of them may accept and still want to be friend with you. Some of them maybe just leave you. But what I concern is actually uh, the feeling of me at that particular moment, which is like uh, some strangers come to me, approach to me, and then I think I actually don't like this feeling compared to I know somebody and then I approach them. So I think for here I choose also option one. Yep, and then lastly go to the last aspect, which is love. Yeah, for love here in option one, yeah, the love here I refer to the romantic relationship, your girlfriend, your wife. Yeah, and then in this case, if let's say my partner don't know me, yeah, and then but I know her, in that case, I think firstly, it will be something like she would she is single because I assume she's single because I also use the assumption of selective uh, amnesia, which is like suddenly the people around me selectively forget the things related to me. So in that case, she forget me, but she must be stay single at that time. So I think at that time I can try to approach her, even though it may not be so easy. But uh, with previous knowledge, maybe I know um, I know what is in her mind, and then I know her more. So yeah, I think I get also a higher chance to get back this relationship. And then yeah, even though it may fail, but I think in the worst case, I fail to get back this relationship. At least yeah, I remember that I had a relationship in the past, which is like a happy memory. Yep, and go back to option two, the same aspect, love. For here, I don't know my partner, but my partner know me. Yeah, in this case, I think it is quite sad. And then even though maybe at first your partner will still approach you, and then trying to like maybe do something to make you remember something happened in the past. But because of the assumption of this topic, we may not be able uh, to retain the past memory. So this is impossible. And for here, I think it is something like for you, it is. start a new relationship for you. On our perspective, it is starting a new relationship because we have zero knowledge uh, about your partner, even though your partner has got some knowledge on you. And for here, I think this is actually not bad because uh, I also think there is some possibility that the relationship will still continue. Maybe like I'm not sure, maybe 50-50. Yeah, because to your partner you are something like a strangers. Yeah, no, no. She know you, but you are not the one in the previous. Yeah, you have no memory about anything previous. Yeah, so it is not that bad because um you can start over again, and it is like taking a challenge. Yep. So in overall, actually, I think in option two, it is not something like a worse option, but just about my choice. My choice is option one. And in option two, I think there are more challenges actually, which is also something maybe preferable for those who like to take challenge. Yeah, I think this is more challenging because uh, you know nobody. So it is something like you go to a place which you totally uh, not familiar with. Yeah, this kind of feeling like it's very challenging. Nobody you know, totally is new. Yep, and then even though people know you, but to they are still new to you. Yeah, and also I think maybe for option two, it is also will be preferred by those who are extrovert. Yeah, this is just my thinking. I'm not sure. I think preferred by extrovert because for the friends part, um, maybe after this incident, uh, you can find your friends approached you, and then it seems like many people want to join in your life. So for an extrovert, maybe they will welcome this, they like this. So I think maybe they'll prefer option two in the aspect of friend. Yeah, and also for yeah, for work and family, I think uh, I I don't have much to add in. And yeah, for option one, which is the option that I choose, I think it is more preferable for those uh, who is nostalgic. Yeah, which is like uh, we care about, we actually like the things happen in the past, and then we we want to keep maybe the memory even though the things isn't the same anymore. So for example, your family, maybe you lose your family members, you choose option one because they don't know you, but at least in your mind you still know them. So this is something I refer to nostalgia. Yeah, and yep, so these are my sharing today. I'm not sure whether I will make you confused in my sharing.
Yeah. Recently I read a book which talk about the brain science, talk about our brain, human brain,
Mm,
and this is a book regarding the brain science or neuroscience. And
yeah.
yeah, and in this book it mentioned about the importance of the memory. Yeah, our memory is quite important because mm, our memory shape us, shapes our personality, shape
Mm,
our actions, shape our attitude, shape our thinking, shape our thoughts. And then what is memory? Yeah, memory is the experience you had on uh you had with other people, the thoughts you had on other people,
mm,
and yeah, and also your thought and experience are always related to someone. Yeah. Uh, Most of the time is like this. And although sometimes your thoughts and experience related to you, just yourself, but you still will interact with other people. You still would kind of like mm,
Refer
you're
back
thinking,
to memory.
your thinking and your thoughts still. Uh, I mean, even though uh, at that moment your thought and experience is only with yourself,
Mm.
but sometimes you still interact with other people. For example, you stay at home and you are doing self-reflections, and then when you're doing self-reflection, it is a thoughts, yeah, it's also an experience, but you may thought on other people. You may like think, you might reflect something happens to you in the past and it relates to other people.
Oh.
And only minority of the experience and the thoughts is only uh is only you is only is not is non-related to any other people. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, but try to think in another way. How about the book? The book also relate to other people.
Mm.
Yeah. And also
Work, yeah, also related to other people, right?
no uh the about the work I will discuss it later, but I want to mention about
Okay.
something to, for example, the knowledge, for example,
Mm-mm.
the thing we learned. Yeah. For example, yeah, you don't recognize the people, but how about the book? How about the knowledge you learned? How about the things you know from other people? How about the wisdom, the habit you have formed? How about the knowledge? Yeah. For example, I know that Saturday and Sunday is weekend, so
Mm.
we don't need to work. For normal
Yeah.
people, they need to work, but they forget who tell them this. They forget who they learn from. Yeah, who
Mm.
teach them this knowledge. But but do they still hold in this knowledge? Yeah. So this is a question, and if you talk about the memory, it's a whole memory. You forget the whole knowledge. Yeah. And if here you just talk about um, you unrecognized or you couldn't recall the persons,
Mm.
but maybe you still able to remember the experience, the event, the thoughts,
Mm.
but you just can't relate it to anyone anymore.
Mm-mm.
So that means you still remember the book that you read, but you forget who is the author of the book.
Mm.
You remember the quote somebody tell you is very important, but you
Yeah.
forget who tell you the quote. You still have the knowledge. You still have the knowledge. Yeah. You
Mm.
you remember you are an accountant or you are a teacher, but you forget where is the location. Maybe you still remember the locations of work. You still remember the work location. You still remember uh you got how many customer as a teacher,
Mm.
and you still remember I have like I have 5 students that I need to teach them like English. Another 3 students I need to teach them like mathematics. You remember all these things, but you can't relate to anyone. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a differentiation here, a big differentiation here. So what are you refer to? Is this a whole memory or actually it's just about the person?
Mm. I think it's the later one, just about the person, and you really did a very good uh, I should say maybe some assumption or premise here. It is the second one, which the things you can think it is logic. But when it comes to thinking of who did this, and this is related to who, and you has totally no idea.
Mm, yeah. Then this means mm, yeah. So just now you talk about um
The option two, no, we know nobody.
yeah. Uh okay, and so this means if you if you choose the option one, which is you wake up and nobody recognize you,
Hmm.
so this means everybody forgets who you are
Hmm.
and the experience with you, although they may remember somebody tell them something, somebody be with them in the past, they remember there is a uh, she remember she's not single. She has a boyfriend, but she
Hmm.
just can't remember who is the
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that means there's a there's a big misconception here because just now you assume all the person they don't have any knowledge on you, but
Hmm.
actually they has, but they just couldn't relate to you.
Hmm.
This is the big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's
Hmm.
mean you don't need to start from zero. You just need to prove that you are the person, and there's something wrong, and everybody suddenly couldn't remember you. Yeah,
Hmm.
I can tell the experience, the events, the thoughts, and you can show them the photo. You can show them anything that could recall their memory,
Hmm.
so they can suddenly link you with with the with the unknown person's experience, so they recall
Hmm.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. This will be much easier.
Yeah. So this will be much easier. So
Hmm.
many of your point you mentioned just now will be invalid.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. And about the about the okay, about the option ones that everybody know you, you still sorry wait a minute. Okay, option one is no nobody recognize you. Okay, and in option one, nobody recognize you. And how about your data footprints on internet? Is Google or Facebook or maybe TikTok or some other social networks, internet company,
Hmm.
they still quote unquote remember you or not?
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's just about something, maybe something wrong in their memory. For technology, they will still function as usual.
Yeah. So that means because the staff, maybe the staff of the bank, the staff of
Hmm.
the credit card company, they don't know you actually. They know you in the data. So that
Hmm.
means
Yeah.
yeah. So that means if you face any problem, you still can withdraw the money from your bank. You still can function uh everything quite well. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you still can borrow money from bank. You still can do some process with the bank. You still maintain the good relationship with bank as
Hmm.
usual, because yeah, they don't rely the the physical persons. Mm. So they didn't form the relationship with the physical body, the physical you. They rely on the data that they collected from you. Mm.
Hmm.
And sometimes they just need to read the data and they can know the personality of you. just like Google, just like YouTube, just like Facebook. Yeah, they still understand you. Uh, yeah. So it's quite strange.
Yeah.
And okay, and how about your employer and your employee data still in the system? How about government? You still have your identity. You still have your identity card still registered on their system. So you still can prove your citizens to the police, to everything else. And how about employer? Yeah, you still can prove it. Yeah. So it will be much easier.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the option 2 is you forget everybody and everybody still recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the big problem here is actually the unknown unknowns because uh okay if you lose all your if you lost all your memory, there's a big there's a big problem here, which is the unknown unknowns, because you suddenly uh lost all the experience, lost all the thoughts, lost all the memory, including the knowledge and the wisdom.
Yep.
Maybe some deep habit you still uh you didn't remember, but you act automatically. But this is uh uh the use is not the use here is not much because you couldn't understand the reason, you don't know the know why. Yeah, you just like the animal follow your kind of like the uh mm, what is it called, the reactive response system, just like for your subconscious. You just do things according to your habits, but you don't know why you are doing that. Yeah. So uh so if this is the former case, which is you still have all this knowledge, but you just can't relate it to anyone. You still remember where is your location of work. You still remember all of that, and also maybe you also have your own data. You can read your data. You can, for example, you you have maybe uh you have your customer database, and then you can read it, you can refer it back. Okay, now I know there's oh, so I have 5 customers, Ali, Abu, Aba, Ama, something like that. And then you know, oh, where is their home locations. So as a teacher, this important information, and then you still are able to check the phone number of their uh yeah of theirs in your phones. Yeah, so every data still well maintained. You can refer back, you can find it back, you can try to you can relink the person with your knowledge. Yeah.
Yep.
So so in this case, yeah, it also will be much easier. Yeah, it also will be much easier. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Is it option 1 or option 2? You wake up. Oh yeah, option 2. Yeah, you wake up and you don't recognize everyone, but you still can manage to find the evidence to persuade yourself. Yeah. So and okay, for the option ones, if nobody recognize you, and then you need to approach to them and then show them the evidence, okay, and then they can link they can link the they can link the knowledge to you, this person. And option 2, if you wake up and find that you don't recognize everyone, and then you just need to the job is internal. Yeah, you just need to recognize them back one by one. You don't need to go to them and approach them. Yeah, so for me, I think option two will be much easier. Yeah,
Do you mean as a whole or just the aspect of work?
everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
mm,
about the bank, about the bank, about the credit card company, all those things. We still will remember because nobody actually involved. Yeah, we remember the knowledge, we remember the thing. Yeah,
mm,
we don't remember the staff in the bank.
yeah,
We don't care them. They also don't care us. Yeah, so uh no issue uh will occur either in option one and option two.
mm,
Okay, and yeah, so it solves most of problem. Why? Because you can withdraw your money, and money allow you to survive in this modern world. Yeah, so you won't die. You still
yeah,
can survive in the short term, and you just need to find some way to overcome it, to try to link the person with your knowledge, or try to approach to other people and link you with their knowledge. Mm.
mm,
And yeah, so yeah, yeah. So I think option two will be much easier.
mm, yeah. Yeah, but if we compare one and two, seems like for option one, actually, for your memory part, it's actually all function well, right? You can remember people, you can remember everything in your life. And in option two, uh, you lose your memory of about people. Yeah, also I agree with you that if we talk about survival, yeah, you already explained well, and both the options we can find ways uh, to survive and then to try to go back to the normal life before. Yep. But just the memory, I think the memory related to people. Yeah, actually, it seems like uh, you lose the memory. You let's say you have so many years relationship with your family, so many years relationship with your partner, and suddenly it becomes blank, it becomes zero. Even though you can like go to find some photos, some videos, maybe a journal, you can find out what happened in the past, but maybe for you it can be something like hard to accept because this is not something you really experience. You just you just see, and then yeah, I think it will be different with what you experience by yourself.
Yeah, you are right. Uh, but it also same. It's also same as other people. So the difficulty of you re-recognize back them, and also difficulty they re-recognize you
Mm,
is exactly the same. If you're
mm,
talking here, if you're talking the
yeah,
issue, compare the option one and option two here. Mm.
mm, yeah,
Um, so the key point here, I think, is for option two, you just need to internalize the not internalize it's kind of like to try some way to recognize them back. So it is you, it is one person job, and you
mm,
only need to deal with you. You
yeah,
only need to deal with your you one person. So and the option ones, you need to approach to everyone. Yeah, you need to approach to
mm,
everyone and consider about the times. I think option two will be the uh much easier than option one.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
and also the we have come something like the law of returns, and yeah, and also we have something like the, maybe you can say, the exponential growth, or maybe the accumulations effect, or maybe you can say it is a specializations. Okay, if you if you have this problem, if you have the problem, you don't recognize everyone.
Mm.
Everyone recognize you. So you know that, oh, this is my problem. So I need to recognize back one by one. And then the first one will be very hard. The second one will be less difficult. And the first
Mm.
one, and
Yeah.
the third one will be much less. Sorry, the third one will be even less. Yeah, even easier. So
Mm.
uh, uh, the more time you spend in this, the less difficulty, and then the
Mm.
less resistance uh, about the exception,
Mm.
about
Yeah,
the exception.
because some of them are related, right? Let's say your colleagues, maybe you know one, and then maybe you can relate to a few others, and then maybe
Yeah.
easier for you to approach to.
No, no, no. I mean, this is I mean, this is option two.
Option two, we know nobody.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we know nobody, and then the first one were very hard to accept.
Mm.
Yeah, for us, for us. Yeah, even though we know the evidence have proof already.
Mm.
Yeah, this is my best friend, or this is my partner, or this is my mother. But it's very hard to accept because it seems like it seems like so strange. It seems like so weird, and
Mm.
I couldn't fully link this peop, this person to my memory.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. The first one will be very hard, but how about the second one? How about the third one? How about the fourth one? How about the fifth one?
Mm.
Yeah, because of the specializations, you are better at this task.
Mm.
The mental
Yeah.
cost will keep reducing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the system of recognizing people will change from relying on the persons to relying on the evidence, relying on the proof.
Mm.
This is your brain will automatically adjust it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It gives me a feeling like we suddenly become a robot or a computer.
yeah,
We
something
collect
like that.
the evidence, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, yeah, right. And how about the first one? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can gain the specialization. Okay, then you can approach them battle, but they are different. They are different people. First thing, they are different people. They may need a different approach. They may need different methods to approach them.
Mm.
And how do you prove? You still need to find the evidence. You need to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be difficult? Wouldn't it be more difficult? Even though you even though you can specialize tasks.
Mm.
Yeah. And also about the acceptance, the level of acceptance didn't uh wouldn't have the accumulation effect, wouldn't have the exponential growth effect because they are different persons.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. All of them just forget one person, which is you.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So compare from this as a perspective, I think option two would be much easier than option one.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and also you need to know that everybody behave the same and they act the same, and they will come to you, okay, and they talk like as usual, and then yeah, yeah, it can improve your memory, and also it can create it can make the link stronger. For example, you think, oh, I remember there's a person is very talkative. This is a
mm,
girl. This is this is a this is a young girl, and I have a good feeling on her, but I
mm,
just don't know her. Okay, and yeah, your girlfriend comes to you, and then she keep talking, she keep talking, and then you say, oh, maybe this is the person. This is the
mm,
person. Yeah, she's talking and she's young. I have a good feeling on her. Yeah. So yeah.
mm.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, and also for option two, I found that uh, there is one good thing here, which is like the problem that the task we need to do is mostly on us, right?
yeah.
Because we don't know them, and the task is on us. It means that it is more within our control, right? Compared to option one.
Mm,
Option one is depending on other people. You couldn't control if someone really don't want to um, maybe like to talk much to you, and then maybe say they just say I don't know you, and they just refuse to get your call,
yeah.
and then refuse to meet you. It will be more difficult. It is like beyond your control.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm. And also, if you look from the reality, many people are in the option two. They forget somebody. They forget who is the author. They forget who say the thing. They forget who tell them, who teach them the things.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah,
forget how they uh, they remember how many subjects they learn in universities because it's quite easy to count maybe 4 subjects in a year, so about 12
mm,
subjects uh, within the whole period. They may be able to list out all the subjects, statistics, mathematics, uh, the business in global environments, extent, yeah, and principle of economics, principle of
mm,
accounting, of that, yeah, informations, ISO, information systems, something like that, and then organize, yeah, information system organization, and yeah, you can name all of these, but maybe
mm,
you forget about the person, the name of a person. Yeah, even though you still remember the face of them, but you remember, but you couldn't recall their name. This is also, at some extent, this is also the option two. Yeah,
mm,
you remember the
yeah,
people, you forget the name. Mm.
mm,
And when the times goes on, you may find difficult to remember their face. Yeah,
mm,
try to
right,
remember your grandparents' face. Maybe now you still have you still have a clear mind. You still have the
mm,
clear memory. But how about 10 years later?
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know you have a grandparents, but you just forget the face.
mm,
Maybe maybe I give you a three face. Yeah, you can't you can't make it right. Yeah. Mm,
mm,
So at some certain point, if we look at reality, many people are on the way of option two or
mm,
already experience option two, and
mm,
not much people experience option one. So from this perspective, aging, which is the natural thing, the law of nature, aging, we are on the way of option two. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, and I think of one another aspect which is can be related to your point, which is people are more towards nowadays are more towards option two, which is not about aging. It is the other factor, which is technology. You can imagine that someone, let's say, want to hold an online class, and then he get a lot of people want to apply for want to attend your class, and but actually you don't know them, right? You just
Mm,
record down their names, And just like the situation of option two, maybe you have a WhatsApp groups, and then you have, let's say, 50 people in this group. You actually don't know who they are, and then they are just somehow in your group. So it is option two, right? We rely on the technology sometimes, and also for some people, maybe your client, maybe you just got his email address, and then he has some business transaction with you
Mm.
online. Then you actually may not, you may actually have not met this guy before, and you don't know how she or he look like.
Yeah, and also a lot of YouTuber you don't know, you didn't you didn't see their face before.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. So for all the reason I mentioned just now, and from all the perspective I analyzed just now, I think option two would be a better option.
Mm, yeah.
If but if you talk about losing the whole memory, yeah, which is the assumptions, we change the assumption just now. Uh, yeah, maybe I say maybe option one will be better.
Mm,
Mm. But yeah, but it also have some. I say maybe because need to reanalyze everything again, because uh yeah, the whole part of memory disappear, and how about the data in the system, will it still exist? Yeah, all of
mm,
this thing is also an assumption.
mm,
Yeah, and how about your memory with others? For example, I have a bank account.
yeah.
Yeah, but if I lose but if I lose the whole part of the memory, will I still able to remember the password, the username of my bank account? Because that username,
Probably not.
yeah, because the username of the bank account and the password of the bank account is also based on some of our experience, some of our thoughts, which may relate to other people.
Mm,
For
yeah,
example, your
but I
password
think.
is your dog name plus your mother names plus your maybe plus your birthdays plus your girlfriend's uh, birthdays, yeah, something like that. So if you forget the whole part of memory, you may forget the password. Yeah, and how about the data in the bank system, in the database? It's also an assumption. If all the information, if all data have been wiped out, then you will face a very, very big problem
Mm, yeah.
in option one. Even though you recognize all of them, uh, yeah, even though you recognize all of them, but they forget you, including the data, you couldn't log in their database. And also for option two, if you remember the whole part of the memory, yeah, you forget the password, you forget the username, and then what you need to do is go to the bank,
Mm,
and maybe and also maybe your debit card, your credit card, all the evidence that can prove your memory also disappear, just like the data. You need to
mm,
go to the bank. This is, I think this is for option one. And so for option two, yeah, yeah, to make this kind of assumption is quite illogic. It's logic because how can the data disappear? Mm,
mm. Yeah,
mm.
basically, I think data in the which is kept technologically shouldn't be assumed to like disappear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the problem here is about the password, maybe the username.
Mm. Yeah, but we still can go to the bank to use
Yeah,
our thumbprint and then to prove our identity, I think.
yeah. So this is the option two. Mm.
Mm.
And how about the crypto wallets?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe uh, is it related to other people?
um.
I I I doubt it because even though you use uh yeah even though you use like for example like the multi-sig signature, you store your private key at different place, but it is only related to you. Is it
Unless
related
you
to any other
share your
people?
password to someone you trust most.
But you share the passwords to other people. You just remember who you share to. You just remember the whole part of memory. When you share to, who you share to, why you share to. But how about the password itself? When you generate the password, why you generate the password, why you do that, where you do that. The part of memory is about yourself. It's not related to anyone. Yeah, so it's also some question here. Yeah. But maybe you store your password at somewhere because of some reasons, and that reasons is related to other people. Yeah, it also could be. It also could make you lost your password. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And yeah. So I think that's all, friends. Uh, I think actually this is not uncommon. Uh, which is for option two. You don't recognize everyone, but everyone recognize you. And there are two very good movie. It's about that. It's romantic movie. Yeah. And the first one I strongly recommend everyone to watch this. Yeah, because this is this is just a classic. Yeah. The first the first movie is called the Notebook. Yeah, the full name called unquote the Notebook. So it is published on the 2004
Okay.
2004 the Notebook, and in Chinese it's called 练笔记本.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and yeah, and the a woman's, which is the man's actress, got a selective dementia, and then she will be losing all of her memory every day. She wake up, yeah, but she still can did something that already became her habit long time ago. For
Oh,
example,
only in every day, right? Lose the
yeah,
memory every day.
yeah, this is every day. So
Wow.
so for example, in a day,
Hmm.
she can try to recall, the memory.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the next day when she wake up again, she forget everything. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
but she
she
can
still,
do something, right? She can write.
yeah,
She can.
yeah, yeah. She still know that which food she don't like, which food she like.
Hmm.
Yeah, this already become a habit. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So this is a movie. Okay. But this is not the. But this is no. I think this is not a strong there's no strong relations to our topic. Yeah, but this is just about the movie. There's a symptoms. Symptoms in this movie, and this is a
Yeah.
good movie. So this is the only reason I recommend the movie. Yeah,
Hmm.
and also the next movie is the BT 50 BT First Date. BT First Date.
First date. Okay.
Yeah, and in Chinese uh, I I forget the Chinese name. Let me do a quick search. Okay, uh, the Chinese name is called 初恋50次. Yeah,
Okay.
BT First Date. Yeah, quite interesting. It also published in 2004.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah,
Is it a love movie?
yeah, it's also a romantic the movie. Yeah. So yeah, this is two of this movie, and also yeah, and the actress also actress. Yeah, maybe if this is a man,
Focus on the
no,
actress.
yeah, if this is a man, nobody will care. Nobody will care him.
Yeah.
Nobody will uh, try to make him to recall something.
Hmm.
But this is a girl, yeah, the thing may be different. Mm. Yeah, and yeah, so the actress also got the selective dementia, and her memory fixed on the date, fixed on the date. And I forget it's because of some accidents or because of some events. So she could only remember she could only remember the thing before the day.
Oh.
Yeah, before a day. So for example, let's say for example, now is the uh third sorry now is the 2nd of January 2022. Okay, and tomorrow you wake up, you still remember the day is 2nd of January 2022, and then 1 year later you wake up, you still remember the day is 2nd of January 2022,
Oh.
and all of the memory within the periods from 2nd January 2022 to 10 years later,
Mm.
the periods, the memory in that period you will just forget. So your memory is just fixed on a date and also before that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be like memories stop at a particular date
Yeah,
and
yeah, something like that.
not going to accumulate anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And what the actress do, what the actress did is actually she need to write a journal. She have a habit which is journaling, write something, and then she video her thoughts every day before she sleep.
Hmm.
Okay, and every morning when she wake up, she will feel so frustrating, but she will watch the films, the video
Hmm.
that she make for her future self. Yeah, so he convinced herself. This is also similar to the option two because it's only your task. Yeah, you just need to prove to yourself. You just need to prove to your future self that you have this memory, that you have this problem, you have this
Yeah.
issue, and then you actually experience all these things at the day. Yeah, for example, each day you only yeah, because not much thing happen in one day, so maybe
Hmm.
1 minute. Yeah, and not much big thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm. Or maybe the detail you can write in journal, and then the big thing, the very important thing you film as a video.
Hmm.
So you can watch the video, and then you can get a major part of the memory. Okay, and then maybe it is still very difficult to accept.
Yeah.
Okay, but everything to you is a fact, is a reality you have to accept.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's something you have to accept. Okay, yeah, and then the detail you write in the journal, if you want to capture the detail, you refer to your journal. You can spend 1 or 2 hours to read all your journal every morning. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So this is two of the movie. There's a uh 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 that relate to our today's topic, which is the selective dementia.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you for your sharing.
Yeah, anything want to add in?
No.
Okay, so that's all for today's conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.